This is your weekly rundown of episode Heresy, Week 8, starting on March 25th. The annual Guardian Games event enters its third and final week, with Hunters, Warlocks and Titans competing against each other for honour, gear and the bragging rights that come with being the winners of the Guardian Games. You have one more week to choose between Guardian Games Supremacy, Guardian Games Class vs Class Gambit, or the new boss rush mode called Rushdown, where Guardians battle a series of bosses taken from Destiny 2's campaigns, seasonal story missions and exotic missions. Last year introduced Skimmers as a brand new exotic vehicle category for Destiny 2. You have only one more week to grab the Allstar Vector Skimmer from this year's event. Just pick it up from Eva Levante after completing the onboard mission quest. And if you want to keep it permanently after the event finishes, complete the drop-in quest and the Allstar Vector will be yours to keep forever. Don't forget that to take part in the Guardian Games you'll need to visit Eva Levante at the tower, where she will gift you a class item which is needed for the competition as well as the quest. Wearing your class item is how you earn medallions and unlock quest progression, as well as the challenges from the event card. At the end of the event, the class that wins the most days will be crowned the winner, and their class item will change to gold until the next event, to remind everybody of their victory. You also have one more week to grab any of the previous armor ornament sets, or the new set based on Gladiators for 2025 from the Eververse store. This year's Guardian Games concludes on April 1st, 2025. This is also the final week of Act 2 of episode Heresy, but not the final week to play the new activity, the Court of Blades. Set within the Dreadnought's Hold of Souls area, players are transported to different arenas across the system, from Io to Europa and on board a Hive warship. The Court of Blades comes with new augments available for each run, which provide challenges for players to overcome in many different ways. These augments will stack the more that the Guardians play the activity, which can be different combinations for every run, and the difficulty will start to escalate after every 2 challenges. In addition, there will be a random set of armaments that will rotate on a daily basis, which players will be able to purchase and combine between phases, allowing them to combat those augmented challenges. The Court of Blades is available in normal and expert versions, with the adept versions of the Act 2 weapons only dropping in the expert version. Last week saw the Grandmaster Nightfall node become available, giving Guardians the opportunity to start to complete their conquest seal for this episode. Also, with this node becoming available, this will also give Guardians the chance to jump ahead and complete some of Act 3's Nightfalls. These being the Scarlet Keep on the Moon Week 9, April 1st, Insight Terminus on Nessus Week 13, April 29th, and the Warden of Nothing on the Dreaming City Week 14, May 6th. The revised Destiny 1 Dreadnought Strike the Sunless Cell is being held back because of story, for Week 15, May 13th, 2025. Or conversely, you'll be able to complete Act 1's Grandmasters which are now not available. Hypernet Current on Europa, Heist Battlegrounds Mars, and the Sart's Battlegrounds Cosmodrome. Act 1 of episode Heresy brought with it the new 3-player activity, the Nether. Set within the Dreadnought Patrol Zones, Guardians fight in random and varied encounters with different events and objectives every time. Inside the Nether, players will find unique modifiers and stackable buffs called Boons that increase your power over time. These come in minor, major and corrupted versions, and various pickups can be hidden in chests and earned throughout the Dreadnought. The Nether has 3 modes: the Nether Exploration for those solo types who want to just explore the Dreadnought, a match-made mode on baseline advanced difficulty, and a selectable non-match-made expert version. From Act 3 of episode Revenant, we have the new exotic mission Kell's Fall, where you can earn the new Void exotic shotgun Slayer's Fang, and new Prison of Elders challenge Kell's Vengeance, which can be found over in the Last City for 2 to 3 players. Act 2 of episode Revenant brought with it the Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders over in the Last City, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of Act 2. Also available for a weekly Pinnacle is the Salvation's Age raid, over in the Pale Heart, and new dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality's Ager up for grabs, and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure to visit Encore over in the tower to pick up the quest Drowning Labyrinth to enter. Over in the Last City we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This new version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 new mats and new enemies to fight. You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins and Kell's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Midtown, with the Field Razor Tormentor kicking off the boss rotation. In the Last City on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, normal and expert. Also, from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new Battleground activities, Delve, Conduit and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The expert Battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Delve. The Dreaming City this week is at a strong curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in Ria Silvia and has the Dark Monastery mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Taken enemies and the Plague Mina. The Ascendant challenge will be Ouroboros over in the Affiliates Rest Lost sector. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is in the Deep. The Trove Guardian and the Wandering Nightmare, Jack's Claws of Zevra Wrath, are both located in the Hellmouth. Nightmare hunts Crota, Despair, Fogoth, Fear, and Ghoul, Rage. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Fogoth and the Blasphemer Shotgun. On Europa this week, Praxisi Technocrat will be the Empire Hunt, Cadmus Ridge will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Safeguard. Days of Eternity Expert difficulty rounds are Hive, Fallen, and Valister Arc. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Wild Hunt armor set will be available in Days of Eternity with Weapon Set 1. Arsenic Bite 4B, Blasper 2, Corsair's Wrath, Deafening Whisper, Dire Promise, Enigma's Draw, Escape Velocity, Giant 7 Rifle, Friction Fire, Royal Chase, True Prophecy, and Timeline's Vertex. The Witch Queen Weekly Story Mission is The Ritual, Altar of Reflections Catalyst, and Altar of Reflections Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on Defense, with Avoid Sniper, Father Sin, and Zurich Scorn Raider as the boss. The Lightfall Weekly Mission is No Time Left, the Partition Mission will be Hard Reset, and the Vex Incursion will be Liming Harbour. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The Final Shake's cooperative focus campaign mission this week will be Ascent. The 12 Guardian Matchmade Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly Pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sum Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Salvation's Edge raid chant this week is the 5th encounter, Zenith, called Coordinated Efforts. The Root of Nightmares raid chant this week is the 1st encounter, Cataclysm, called Illuminated Torment. The Kingsfall raid chant this week is the 2nd encounter, War Priest, called Devious Thievery. The Vow the Disciple chant this week is the 2nd encounter, The Caretaker, called Base Information. The Deepstone Crypt challenge this week is the 3rd encounter, Tanix Part 1, called Of All Trades. The Garden of Salvation challenge this week is the 4th encounter, Sanctified Mind, called 0 to 100. And the Last Wish challenge this week is the 2nd encounter, Shirochi, called Witch. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Crota's End over in the Legends tab. And featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be the Vault of Glass, also in the Legends tab, with all challenges available for all encounters. With the exotic auto rifle Necrochasm being farmable from the final boss in Crota's End, and the exotic fusion rifle Vex Myth class from the final boss in Vault. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 will be the Grasp of Avarice over on the Cosmodrome, and featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 will be the Warlords Ruin over on the EDC. The exotic mission rotator will be Node Override Avalon, with Excalibur Exotic Glaive being the main reward, and the Season of the Defiance weapon set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour, will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Rites of the Deep Part 3, Heretical Arsenal, Heresy Chess, Expert Court of Blades, Heavy Slayer, Rapid Court of Blades, Commendation Appreciation, Taking All Challenges, High Value Hunter, and Meta Master. Lost Sectors, Tuesday the Broken Deep in the Pale Heart, Wednesday the Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart, Thursday Bunker E15 on Europa, Friday Perdition on Europa, Saturday Veil's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome, Sunday Exodus Garden 2A on the Cosmodrome, and Monday Aphelios Rest on the Dreaming City. The Grandmaster Nightfalls continued this week with our 8th featured Nightfall, which will see us face off against Korosek, Thronebringer in the Psyops Battlegrounds Moon, with the Stasis Sword, the Slammer, as the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Control. The 6v6 quick play mode will be Momentum Control. Collision will be in the small team's quick play, and Guardian Game Supremacy will also be available. Plus, Trials of Osiris at the weekend, with Avoid Precision Frame Submachine Gun Shirai's Wrath as the featured adept weapon. This week should also see bonus Gambit ranks available all week long. And as a reminder, the annual Moments of Triumph continue, with a collection of 33 challenges celebrating everything you've been able to achieve in this past year. If you've been active, you'll likely already have some of these completed, which just gets you closer to the 26 you'll need to earn the 2024 seal and title. Still available is the Destiny 10th Anniversary in-game celebration event, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 8th week of the Final Shape episode Heresy. Thank you for watching, allons-y.